Okay, DGP 121. Back behind the mic, it's Steven and KP recording on a Sunday, December 14th.
Howdy, KP. We hitting you in the morning. Classic morning pod. Feeling good here. If you hear some coffee sips, that is going to be me. I got my coffee flowing right now. But how we doing, KP?
Oh, doing all right, man. If I guess let's get the apologies out of the way right away because if you hear some coughing, if you hear my voice and you absolutely hate it, if you hear it and you like it more, let me know because I have been battling a cold since Monday. But, the energy remains off balance. So duty calls, man. Duty calls.
Here in the district, it has turned cold quick. There is snow on the ground right now. It snowed last night. Which, I mean, some of us like the snow, some of us don't. I personally am not a fan of the snow. But, when the weather changes, that's when the sickness comes in. So, take care of yourself out there.
Yeah, take your multivitamins, make sure you have emergency lined up. And, if this is my voice for the next 2 months, this is my voice for the next 2 months. We have to show up, dude, because I guess one of the big apologies I owe everyone is... sorry you spent 90 minutes watching that game Saturday. That was tough,
Woof.
huh?
Woof. Midweek, you got the 3-0 game. Feeling good. Go into yesterday, the 3 p.m. kickoff. I think both of us had the same thought about that. 3 p.m. kickoff Eastern time here in the States. Against Wolves? Like, what are we doing? Come on, what are we doing? So you wait till the afternoon, midday, watch this game, and it's just... I'd rather take a nap. I would have spent a better time taking a 90-minute nap than watching that game.
Dude, so weird, I feel like, the way that game started against Wolves. I mean, against Brugge, we looked so up for it. Not amazing still. The first 30 minutes against Brugge were also a little bit shaky. But against Wolves, that first 45, it just looked like we didn't even care about the first 45. You've been saying it for a while now that it feels like our start to games is very slow. And I tried to push back saying maybe it's the away games. This was a home game. This was against the worst team in the league. And we started that game like, hey, we've got the second 45 to win the game.
It's a lot of people like to put it on the fans. Like, oh, the fans weren't up for it. This to me is an example of, well, the players have to do something. They have to do something to get you engaged. There was just no energy from the squad. That's what it felt like. I saw some stuff and comments from fans, and I think even at halftime, our coverage here in the States at halftime, they were talking, and there was one of the commentators was like, they knew, it was Rebecca actually, it was Rebecca Lowe. She's like, they knew coming into this Wolves game, this is probably what Wolves is going to do, right? Last in the league, they got 2 points. They're not very good. Like, what was the game plan from Arsenal here? Was there a game plan? Are they just playing for the second half? That was a really, really dull first half. And I completely agree. I have no clue what we were doing in the first half.
So on the last pod, you asked me, is it falling on the manager? And you gave me a little bit of a hard time. Always the manager, always notes to the manager. But I do feel like there's a couple of conversations here around the manager when it comes to the starting line for the Wolves game. And the way you have to kind of reflect on it is, against Villa, we discussed the high line, the athleticism, and the starting line that you saw for it. Against Brugge, we had a couple of players who had very good performances, like Noni Madueke, with a beautiful brace, with just showing the individual creativity. But then doesn't get 90 minutes against Wolves, doesn't start the game. There's some question marks here starting to brew with that starting line. What were your thoughts on the starting line? Because, I saw Eze at the right 8. I saw Gyökeres and Martinelli. I saw Saliba and Timber pairing. That was interesting. When I saw the lineup, I actually thought Timber was going to be left back. So that did surprise me.
Same. Hincapie's been playing left back for, I guess, since Big Gabby's gotten hurt, so I'll give it over a month. I thought it was a bit weird to say the team that he put out couldn't perform, shouldn't have won that game. That's not true. But it is a weird move for a guy that's been playing left center back for a month now to then be like, all right, go out to left back. That to me is a little bit interesting. I don't know if Hincapie and Saliba have played together yet. I don't know if they've been a pairing. then again, I don't think Timber and Saliba have really been a pairing either, right? Other than a right back, center back relationship. That's not what I would have done. Personally, I didn't see this coming, but the team that he put out should have won the game. Let's just be straight up about that. But it is a good point of, hey, you play against Villa with the high line. You chose to play Mikel Merino there, which I guess at the time, maybe he was undroppable. He's scoring lots of goals. Then you chose to put Gyökeres in yesterday against a team that's going to play as deep as they can, where he has nowhere to run. It's like, maybe Mikel Merino would have been a good choice for that. So yeah, a little bit of notes to the manager for sure.
A little bit. Gotta keep it honest, gotta keep it up front. Gotta keep it up front, dude. Because I do want to have some player chats too. But this conversation around manager versus players is now starting to become really interesting, dude. It's becoming really interesting because at the same time, I was surprised to see Martinelli starting against Wolves. He had the amazing goal against Bruges, sure, but throughout that game, he wasn't having like an incredible game, right?
Let him know. Let him know. I feel like fans are overblowing because he had the nice goal, right? It's the first time you've seen him score outside of the box in years. I'm happy for him. Of course, I'm so happy for him. But up until that point, you tell me he had a good game, I think you're lying to yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. So there's question marks like this, right? How much is sentiment involved? How much is just the trust in some of these players? How much is it just the lack of finesse that we've been asking for time and time again? I'm very surprised with the Saliba and Timber pairing because you played Norgard at right center back with Hincapié, and I felt like that also just showed you we've been missing a good right center back pairing, right? And I mean, for 20 minutes against Wolves, Steven, I was watching that game and I was thinking Ben White looks so good. He looked so good. And I was thinking, this is now going to be the fourth game that he's possibly putting in 90 minutes. That's pretty awesome. And then he pulls up, and then you have to ask, oh man, should Timber have played right center back? Should he played right back? Question marks, dude. Hindsight's 2020. But like Miles Lewis Skelly still had a good game against Club Brugge. We got a shutout. When Calafiori goes out, my immediate thought is Miles Lewis Skelly is going to be starting. And, goes back to the player management now. What kind of message is it sending to him? What's happening here? Come on, Mikel. And look, don't get it twisted. I think ultimately that game was a horrible watch, and a lot of blame has to be placed on Wolves. I mean, those guys were not interested in playing football, dude.
They were not. The beginning of the game was terrible. I mean, the immediately them going down for injuries and whatnot, taking a long time in the goal kicks. You know what they're playing for. They showed up and played the exact way we expected them to play. So, I mean, credit to them at some point, right? Credit to them. Their game plan somewhat did work. I think an indictment on us, kind of what you just said. So Ben White started again. He actually looked really good. But let's talk about his injury, right? He goes off. Then the back line is shifted. Timber out to right back. Saliba and Hincapié back at left center back. Miles Lewis Skelly at left back. Kind of what I think we probably predicted more to happen, right? I thought it looked better just based on Timber going out to the right back and not being in the center back anymore. I thought it looked pretty good. I want to say that's kind of an indictment. It's like, I don't know what he thinks he's cooking up. I don't know. I'm always of the mindset of like, I like when he takes chances, but it just felt weird, man. It just felt like he's really, it was a real stretch yesterday.
It felt like we were overthinking it. Yeah. That's how I felt. I felt like the manager was overthinking it, dude. Because
it felt like a stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. That's too many weird moves for a manager who doesn't really like to make moves. So it kind of is just like this enigma that's starting to build out, The only thing about yesterday, about Saturday, when you were watching that game, the only thing that you were used to and you were like, oh, this is consistent, this is beautiful, this is levels, it was Saka. Saka was everything that we had, dude.
All right side. This was almost like a dream game from the I guess I'm thinking 23-24 season. It was like I was put in like a time loop. All right side yesterday. First half, balls going out to Martinelli, get recycled back. It goes to the right. Center back gets the ball. They look towards Saka. every single time. I'm going to say shout out Saka. I thought he played really well. He obviously is doing the team thing where he's putting the team on his back. I think it's just, you look at the other side of the field, man. It's like Saka, he can't do it all when he's getting doubled and triple teamed because your other side of the field can't do a damn thing, right? So shout out Saka. I thought he was the best player on our team for sure, but he can't do everything all the time.
Yeah, I mean, man of the match, I think fully deserved. He was getting by his defenders on that side every time, it looked like. When he was one-on-one, you knew he was beating. He kept beating them down the right, had a couple of nice crosses in. Obviously, he created the second goal, and he scored and assisted the first goal. Funny goal, man, that corner goal. It's one of those where it really summed up the whole game.
It absolutely did. Disgusting. Just disgusting stuff. I'm trying to think of the chances we had before that. The one that really sticks out is the Martinelli chance, the header.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Worldwide. He also had a chance later in the game where he put it wide. I think people were mad at Gyökeres, like, oh, he should have got on the... Martinelli was shooting that ball. Don't even play. He's shooting that ball, Mr. Worldwide. I mean, put in the corner. This is a big Gabby thing, right? We've been having corners. I can't remember the last set piece goal we've had, man. Yeah. We are cold on the set pieces. So Saka said, fuck it. I got to do it myself. Bang, bang.
I know. I guess the biggest worrying thing about this moment in time, it's 24 hours, not even 24 hours really after the game. But what concerns me is how I felt watching that game on Saturday against Wolves. I just feel like I've seen this holiday movie, dude. These 2 weeks of December, the energy, the mood that I was getting around the team, the player reactions, Steven, when they equalized, the player reactions was a little bit of a worry to me. Did you pick up on that?
The energy's not good, man. So you're talking about after the goal. I've seen clips this morning of reactions after the game. The final whistle blows and Timber and Hincapié are like, God damn. We really almost dropped the points here. The reactions are not great. Everyone knows the clips after the Villa game, after the last minute goal. Energy's not great. It is not great.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how you flip that. It's nice. We have a full week off. That's much needed. The players do look exhausted. After this week off, though, it looks like there's no real big breaks. It's all every 3 days. So we have to be up for it. We have to start figuring things out, dude. And the issue with it is, I guess you can see the difference, right? Everyone's complaining about, oh, it's Odegaard's fault that we keep going down the right side. But when Trossard subbed in, we did start going down the left-hand side more. We did start to create more. Is that just his passing looked very different, right? We talk about how much of a shooter he is, but the passing, he was really he played Gyökeres through a couple of times, I think. That's when he had his best moment, when he brought it down and hit that with his left foot. But you could just tell. I'm not crazy. I'm just not crazy in believing why isn't Trossard starting on the left wing? Why isn't Madueke starting on the left wing? I don't want to keep believing in this Martinelli little spells that everyone wants to cling on and say, that's it. That's amazing. It's everyone else's fault but the left wing.
I feel like this one goes back to the notes to the manager. So we know the type of game we're going to play. Super low block. Is Martinelli the type of guy you want playing against a super low block? Historically, no, he is not. If he can't get in behind people, if he can't run with pace, what are the attributes he's bringing to the team? And then it's I don't really know. Madueke, we know he's better at one-on-ones. He can get past his man better. Trossard, we know he's just more of the technical player. Even an Eze at left wing. I understand what he brings. It's I don't know why he chose Martinelli. I don't get it. Why do we keep going back to him and then having a stinker? It's I feel like it's written on the wall. Read it. No more. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. This dude Trossard comes in, bro. And I want to say Saka should take notes from Trossard. Martinelli absolutely needs to take notes from Trossard. It's less about beating the man versus playing the ball in. He's
Uh-huh.
feeding Miles Lewis-Skelly in. He's feeding Gyorgrish in. He's feeding Rice in. It's like the way Wolves is set up. It's like I don't need to beat people because guess what? When I beat somebody, I'm running into someone else. Played around them. It was almost like this night and day thing. As soon as he comes in, we're starting to create stuff on the left, and I am so sick of seeing sticks on the starting sheet versus a team like that. It makes no sense.
It doesn't. I guess the biggest frustrating part about it is also that the chances you spoke that he missed, that's the problem. He misses those critical chances when it really matters. Look, when it's 2-0 and he puts one top bins for the first time from outside the box in like 5 years that he's been wearing an Arsenal shirt, great. Let's celebrate that. But that's not very meaningful. When it's 2-1 against Bayern and he comes in and he makes it 3-1, okay, a little bit more meaningful, but still not really. When it's at the Bernabeu and it's a counter goal to make it, I don't know, 5-1 on aggregate, yeah, it looks awesome. It's great that he's getting those UCL goals, but is it meaningful? The meaningful contributions always fall short with this player, and this is a problem.
It's the consistency. I think he has a consistency problem, and he's consistently good against a certain type of team. The reason he scores so many goals in the UCL is because they come to play. We know that. They come to play. He's able to use his strengths to get in behind, to actually play. When we play teams in the Premier League that sit back, he doesn't have the strengths to beat that. I mean, it's written on the wall. I don't know, AirPods, Heinz, somebody needs to get in Mikel's ear. Enough. Enough is enough, all right? I'm tired of it.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Big shout outs to Trossard. I think just to like wrap up the game, obviously they get that equalizer, and then the one who has been showing up again as of late, Gabriel Jesus, he looked really good against Club Brugge. He was involved in the goal. Now, classic own goal. It completely missed him, but just seeing Jesus play is giving me a little bit of hope.
He does look good. Obviously, this is a tale as old as time. I'm scared. I'm scared to watch him play well because I'm ready for the heartbreak when it ends badly. It is so nice to see him out on the field, though. The team obviously trusts him, plays him the ball. I mean, immediately he comes on and gets like 5 touches, right? It's like Yorker struggles to get any touches. And this dude, they play him the ball immediately, and he's getting touches on the ball. I gotta say, Jesus, do you give him credit for the goal or not? I guess you can because he's in the right spot, right? He's challenging for the ball. 2-1. We're at 95th minute or whatever. Wolves have another chance on us. We clear the ball. Jesus is basically a counterattack situation. This dude decides I'm going to go at goal instead of taking it to the corner. I could not believe my eyes. Most experienced player in the squad. Has to be the most experienced player we have. He decides to go to goal instead of the corner. I guess that's heritage. That's who he is. But I mean, my mind was blown at that point. I couldn't believe it.
It's written on the wall, isn't it? I'm so with you. I am so with you, man. It was so nice. He like beat a player too, and the corner was wide open. It's like, oh, amazing. He's gonna go in the corner. Suddenly, he just changes direction, goes down the center, cuts another player, shot with his left foot on the ground, just rolling into the keeper's hand. Immediately, keeper just tosses it back. Are you kidding me, Jesus?
That's crazy stuff. After we just got they scored that goal off of nothing, and then you decide, you know what? I'm going for it. That's just craziness to me. Makes no sense.
Yeah, and look, I mean, reflecting on it now, the thing that was kind of overlooked, they gave +6, I think, in the second half, but I think we played until like +8 or +9. So you also knew that was written against us because in the first half they gave +4. That was crazy. I felt like the first half had so many stops, long injuries for Wolves players, like a minute at a time.
I mean, +4 is criminal. I mean, I don't understand why that happens to us. Injuries, lots of injuries. I think there was a substitution for Ben White. It's like 4 minutes that just doesn't make any sense. Makes zero sense. But hey, it's the Arsenal. End of the game. Before they scored, they got us pinned in. It's like the 85th minute. From the 85th minute, I guess until the 90th is when they scored. I'm not happy. I'm watching the game, KP. I'm not happy. It makes no sense to me. I don't want to be disrespectful, but Wolves is not good. Oof, they are not good. There's like a party that wants to be like, well, you know, they're a Premier League side and you got to give them credit, right? It's professional players on the field. They are not good, okay? They got us pinned in. They're passing the ball around us. What is going on? What is going on right here? Were you mad? Were you like upset? I'm trying to figure out why that is, because in my head, there is no way a first place Arsenal team with the squad we have should be letting Wolves dictate a game on us.
Going back to, is it the players, is it the manager? It's hard to tell. Did they run out of gas in the last 15 minutes? I don't know. It didn't look like we were running out of gas because we had like 80% possession. I don't think you were as tired as the team without the ball. So I felt like it was a choice. After the 85th minute, when I was watching that game, I completely felt like, one, they're going to score. You know, going back to like, I've seen this movie. And Steven, when they scored, I was so indifferent. I wasn't even mad because like it didn't justify being angry about it, because I felt like I saw this coming for 90 minutes when I was watching this and it happened. And then when we scored the second goal, I wasn't like overly joyed either. It's just like, all right, I guess we got lucky with it today. It was so bad. Like I couldn't feel anything in that game.
There's a lot of we got the 3 points, right? We got a win yesterday, but we're disappointed, and I don't think it's just us talking here. I think as a fan base, we're very disappointed in what we got yesterday. That was a bad performance. That was a very bad performance from us. I turned off my television. That goal went in. I was like, I can't watch this. I was disgusted. I was absolutely disgusted. And it goes back to Sunderland. Late goal. Sucker punch there. Go back to Villa. Late goal. Sucker punch there. This game, we got a sucker punch. We obviously came back to get the points. That's 3 games. What is it? 3 games in 6? That's an issue. There's something wrong. Now, is it the manager? Is it the players? I think there's a little bit of both there. Mikel talking after the match recognizes that like the defensive standards aren't there. We can't allow that to happen. Well, it's 3 and 6, so I'd like to see something different. Prove it to me. Show me something, because it's not working.
No, it's not. It's not really. And looking back on this Wolves game, look, I could sit here and talk about the officiating a little bit more. We talked about the time being added. I felt like Wolves should have had a red card. I'll be honest with you. I felt like that tackle was a red card tackle for me. Now, at the same time, I think when Eze had his foot up and hit that guy's face, that looked pretty bad to me. I don't know if it was a red, but maybe a yellow, to see that scape, you know. But overall, the officiating wasn't great. But again, it's just for this game, that's an excuse as far as I'm concerned. And that's why I don't want to really like spend too much time talking about, was it a red card? Was it not a red card? Doesn't matter. In fact, when I thought he might give a red card, I really thought, oh, this is going to be a lot worse now. I don't think we're going to score against this now.
Yeah, they really going to pack it in. For me, it wasn't a red card. Just the way I guess he didn't like extend his leg out into it. Where I say flip, it could have been a red card, is I think he probably should have been already on a yellow. Huang, he had like 5 fouls in the game. So just based on accumulate, he probably could have been on a yellow already. That would have been another yellow card. But no, I don't think you can put it on the officiating yesterday at all. It's just a real lapse of, I want to say, mentality in the first half. We talked about how slow we were, did nothing in the first half. We wasted 45 minutes to then be like, all right, now we have to do it in the second. It just doesn't make sense to me, KP. There's something wrong to me. There's something bad. I feel like this is why the fan base is kind of on edge. We can feel it. We've been here before. There's something not right.
There is something not right. and it's December 14. Therefore, there has to be a conversation around number 14. What's not right? We don't look good with this guy.
Ooh. This to me is always it's just controversial right now. It's a controversial one. I'm interested to hear your take. There's a lot of people online. Gyökeres is shit. I'm tired of him. He's not good enough. And then there's a lot of Gyökeres is a scapegoat right now. There's always a scapegoat, and he's the scapegoat. So it's really kind of split decisions. But go ahead, give it to me.
Well, the scapegoat people can just pack it in because because these must be the same people who feel everything's Martin Odegaard's fault. That's the way I see it. Because, the reason I'm here today and I'm very upset with 14, the reason that it's controversial, but I'm willing to say, I don't know about this guy. I just don't know about this guy, is because the service chatter, I'm not having it. Look back at the Wolves game. Couple of good opportunities, man. Nowhere near it. The thing that bothers me the most is he had 5 touches in the first half, and they frame it as, well, he's not getting the service to score. But the buildup doesn't look great because we can't go down the middle. We can't go down the middle, and we can't go down the left-hand side. So we just keep going down the right-hand side. So the issues are pretty clear, I feel like, in the build-up play. Eze not doing the best job at right 8 to fill in the roles. And on top of that, 14, you can't go to him expecting to connect, expecting to have 4 passes together real quick, 2 touch, 3 touch. You don't have that. Why does Marino get so many touches? Why do we just already know that Jesus is getting more touches? This is not the team's fault when other players are playing that role and they are getting touches. And then I have to sit here and hear arguments oh, he's occupying the center backs. Well, what the fuck does everyone else do?
I feel bad for him. I genuinely feel bad for him. I'm not putting any blame on him. Just I don't think there's any blame on Odegaard. I just feel really bad for the guy. He's not getting in the game. I don't know if you've seen these, but the people putting up the clips of, hey, pre-injury Gyökeres. It took him a while to get involved. But there's I saw clips this morning of the Burnley game. People passing him the ball. He's doing the one-touch layoffs. He's playing soccer through. He's spinning off of Trossard and laying off a ball for him to hit it. It's he's getting involved. All right. And then yesterday, I don't know where he's at. I honestly don't know where he's at. Now, is that his teammates' problem of not getting him involved? Is that his own problem of not getting himself involved into positions where he needs to be? Is it his issue of when a ball does come across the box, on the ground in the 6, he's not there to put it in? Right? I think there's a lot of different places to be to get confidence in yourself, to get confidence in your teammates, right? So it's a little bit on him. It's a little bit on, I think, the team. I do feel that way. He's not a guy that's going to drop into the midfield. Why I kind of feel bad for him is he's not really an Arsenal player, okay? He's not going to be bringing balls down, twinkle toes, pretty technical football. He can't do it. He just can't. He doesn't fit the model. He doesn't fit the mold. I'm feeling like he's not, because the confidence is low, his touches aren't great. We're not looking at him. The team doesn't want to play him the ball, which is an issue, man. That's an issue. And then that turns into, well, Mikel, what's your decision? What are we going to do? I almost think he's just a substitute right now. I don't know if he can start games. I'll say one more thing. One more thing. There was one transition moment I can remember yesterday. One. Odegaard finally placed this dude through. He's on the ball, and we got that free kick that Declan Rice hit. 5 yards out from the box. He finally placed this dude through, and he's onto the ball doing his thing. We are so apt to be conservative and scared and risk averse Why have a guy like Yorkresh if you're not going to let him run? I mean, it's almost like the same thing with Martinelli we've been talking about for 2 years. You don't play him through, so what's the point of having him if you're not going to use his strengths? He's not a low block player. I don't think Yorkresh is a low block player right now. It's almost manager, player, Yorkresh. There's a little bit of everything for me in the soup right now.
Yeah, I guess I just don't love that Gyökeres is getting so many excuses. I feel like he's just getting so many excuses, dude. I had expectations of 90 minutes against Bruges, 90 minutes against Wolves, a goal against both. Bruges, I think he played like 70 minutes or so. Didn't really look like he was going to score on that day. Had maybe one good chance. That was a half chance that he headed. And then Wolves, he plays like 80 minutes or so. Again, not great. Just when you watch those two games, my first thought is this guy needs a penalty to score, to like get his confidence up. Because watching him, I don't feel he's going to score. And I want him to score. I want to see the celebration. I do. I want it to be an important goal. I want it to be a big goal. But also people are making the argument that, he was looking so great right before the injury. It's like he was looking great against Burnley, bro. Come on, keep it real with me now. It's not like we were, think back to his other games. Think back to the Newcastles, to the Man Cities, to the Liverpools, to the big games, to the Manchester United game at the start of the season. Against the big names, he hasn't really been there. Did he have some good moments against the Burnleys, against some of the other guys? Is that his role, to be a substitute really and help just get us over the line? Great, dude. If we win a major trophy with this guy because he ends up scoring 10 goals in the second half of the season, great. I'll take it. I'm okay with the money spent. I have no problems with the money spent, with the player. I just need to see a little bit more, a little bit of even just desire and passion. There was one moment where he went for that 50-50 against the Wolves player. It was really nice, dude. It was like in the corner, shouldered him. The player acted like he, lost his face.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to see more of that. Give me some of that fight. He's not consistently fighting, dude. And the press, don't even get me started on the press, bro.
I think we're on either side of the coin here. You're I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're completely wrong, because I don't think that's true. I have my issues with Gyökeres. Like, I do have my own issues with him. But maybe some of the arguments you're saying, it's like, okay, so if he's not the guy, who is the guy? Who's scoring the goals? Saka, we love Saka, and we thought he played really well yesterday. Is he scoring the goals? He's not. Trossard's scoring goals, but he can't get on the pitch because he's not healthy. Martinelli, Eze, Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Marino. He's had a couple stinkers. It's like, who else is going to do it? Matt, I don't know. Nobody's stepping up right now. That's my problem. There's no one stepping up. So I'm not going to pick out this player to be like, he's the issue, he's the problem, when he's not really playing a ton of games either. He's not the issue. I think there's a lot of other issues to be had than one player.
Yeah. No, I hear you on it. I absolutely do. And I don't want it to be like he's the major problem at Arsenal Football Club. Dude, I want him to score. I want us to succeed. I'm just looking at him particularly and saying like the player himself is not showing a lot. And that's my biggest worry right now is, the team talk, the service talk, whatever, man. We can go on and on about it. Because also, like, look at number 10. Look at number 10, dude. I'm starting to have real issues with number 10 at right hand 8, man.
Yeah, we're allowed to be critical of players, right? We're being critical of Gyökeres. Where you at? I think it's good to be critical of Eze. Where you at? I thought yesterday was a good pick for him to start. No lie. I was glad he started. The one player that can pull the trigger. I just talked about Trossard of actually playing balls in to beat the team, right? To beat the defenders. Actually taking the risk to put a ball through somebody's legs maybe on a pass. Eze's that type of player. He'll take the risk on the ball. I didn't see any risk yesterday. He played very, very safe. And when Eze plays safe, he feels like a bystander. When he doesn't take the game to the opponent, he's just kind of there doing his thing. He's not an Odegaard, metronome, getting on the ball, boom, boom, boom. he's a flash player, right? And there was no flash yesterday.
Passenger. We had 2 passengers yesterday, dude, and they play critical roles. One of them's up top at 9, and the other one's supposed to be our most creative player on the pitch. And they were both passengers, and that's not good enough. That's not good. I don't know how much of blame that is for the manager. That's why I'm looking at the 2 players. I'm saying you guys need to step up. You guys need to figure it out. Eze's best moment was, I think he got the ball down the right 8 and played a pass with his left foot to Saka. Actually played him through, and then Saka was able to cross it very quickly. It was great. That was it. Rest of the game, can't find the ball. Again, can't find the ball. When he is finding it, it's on his right foot, and the channel is set up for a left footer. So also it's like, oof, I don't know. And then, I think it starts to bring up a conversation around a couple of moves that we've seen where Declan Rice drops in as the sole 6, and then you've got either Marino on his left or Eze on his left, and you've got Odegaard at his right. And recently I've been wondering, should it be Zubimendi who plays that sole role at 6? Because at times, Declan Rice, the ball carrying, scared me a little bit against Wolves, dude.
What do you mean it scared you? Like it wasn't good?
There was one, I think, right when we had the equalizer, where he tried to build up, and he was just like super excited about like trying to get back, and the ball kind of got away from him. So every now and then it just gets away from him. I think he plays a lot of defensive support when we go in that formation. So he's really a third center back. Maybe Zubimendi can't do that, but maybe something to watch out for in the future is like, will Zubimendi be playing that sole 6 every now and then? And Declan Rice is actually the one who gets taken off.
I think that's an interesting take. I was almost opposite yesterday. I think I texted you when Eze came off. I was a bit surprised. I thought we were going to see the Declan Rice 6, Eze, Odegaard. That's what I thought was coming. This is a game, going back to, we're talking about the starting lineup where he shook up the defense crazy. It's like, that was a game to shake up the midfield versus the back line. Keep the back line. We know it's working. Shake up the midfield. We know Wolves ain't going to do anything. So why not try to have that offensive tactic to start off with your midfield? Zubimendi, this is a thing I think fans are being critical of him right now, is he's tired. He's just really tired. Like, I'm talking critical of the manager, Ben White, getting hurt because he's constantly out there all of a sudden starting games. We're running Zubimendi into the ground. He's not coming off. It's like, this would have been a good chance to try to switch things around. Zubimendi did come off eventually, right? I think Marino came on. But I don't even know where to go with that, man. This was a weird game. There was a lot of moves to be had. And what we got was a real 2 own goals at the end of the day. I mean, that just stinks real bad.
Real bad, dude. I think it was the first game of the season where you felt like, oh, this team doesn't look like champions.
No.
And you haven't had that feeling all season. All season. All of the games, one of our biggest talking points was like, we haven't played a team that felt like, oh, we're getting outplayed. Now, against Villa, we started to get a little outplayed. Against Chelsea in that first half, we were kind of getting outplayed. This game, 10 minutes to go at our own ground, we were getting a little outplayed. It's starting to wobble, and you do have to look at the defense, but you have to start looking at the manager a little bit more seriously, because you're asking me who's going to bang in the goals, and I'm here to tell you, dude, you're one to watch. Madueke had an incredible game against Club Brugge. To play a game like that, to get your brace for Arsenal Football Club, and then to not play a single minute. Big fucking question mark, dude. What happened there?
I was surprised to not see him on the starting sheet when I saw Martinelli in there immediately. That's a weird one. I really thought Madueke would be starting from the left wing yesterday. Absolutely. I thought that was a brace midweek. Hasn't been playing a ton, right? But obviously he's firing. Confidence is high. Dang, okay. Martinelli got the start instead. Interesting. To not even come on at all. I thought that he was going to come on at halftime for Martinelli. I thought, and the way Mikel was talking after the game, I think he singled Martinelli out of that header going wide. No one's on you. Didn't even get it on frame. Put that header wide. He like singled him out. It's like he's obviously not happy with him. I can't find justification to not get Madueke on the field. I can't.
Really, that's a really, really big question mark, dude. What happened there? Is there something that we don't know about? I don't know. Is that, to your point of you just changed up the whole back line. Hey, maybe Madueke's on the right wing. Maybe Saka's on the left wing. Whoa, nobody would have expected that. That's totally different. So I don't know, man. To not get rewarded for a brace midweek, I was very shocked by that decision. And I don't know what the opportunity cost is for the decision.
I think this goes back to a District Gooner Pod classic. The classic discussion that we like to have. And that is, what did we learn? What have we learned up until this point? This was a game that we've seen before for years now. Like the inability to break down the low block, the inability to take the game to the opponent, just kind of letting it happen. It just feels like the game's just happening and we're letting it happen in front of us. Nothing's really changed, man. Like the inability to break down a team like this, low in the table, just trying to earn a point. Again, credit to Wolves. I don't blame Wolves for setting up the way they did. They stink. They absolutely stink. So yeah. I don't blame them at all. But our inability to take the game to them, when you watch other top teams in the past, right, able to do it, get a goal early, and then, hey, Wolves maybe opens up, nick another one, game's dead. If we talk about players being passengers, I think the entire team felt like a passenger, especially in the first half yesterday. And I hate to put it on another note to the manager, but I kind of feel like it's a tactical thing at this point.
A little bit, because look, it's all about the attack. That was the message on the last pod. It's the same message, dude. Whatever he did in the back line, we just got another injury in the back line. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The forward players are all there. The midfield is all there. To not see Martin Odegaard start this game, for me, that was a miss. For me, it was a miss. You already know they're going to play the deep block. And it looks different. When he subs on, it just looks different. I don't know what to tell you. How is he always getting on the ball?
This is a podcast of a lot of hindsights. We're obviously not pleased with what we saw. You tell me the team that we put out yesterday versus Wolves can't win that game. You're crazy. We should have just won the game outright. The lackluster start, the let's turn it on after half, letting them have the ball at the end of the game after we're 1-0 up, letting them take it to us, it just makes no sense. I just can't really wrap my head around what the approach was. It's Wolves. I really can't believe we let them at home. We're not even at their stadium. The fans aren't behind them, letting them come on to us. It just keep the ball. Let's possess. Let's horseshoe it for the last 10 minutes. Whatever. See it out. It's craziness, man.
It is. You just horseshoed for 45 minutes. Why can't you do it at the last 10? That was literally the first half. And the fans in the stadium, they had every right to be upset. If you want to say, I was watching it on TV and I could hear the fans coming through in the first half. There were a couple of times when moments picked up and you could hear the Arsenal. I feel like the fans were pushing on. But then a couple of times the players, they did the classic, turn back and let's start the build up again. And you could hear the fans going like, we've seen it, dude. We've seen it. Something has to change. Somebody has to grab these games by the scruff of the neck and do something about it, dude. Somebody, please, midfielders, attackers. It can't be Saka. He's putting in all the work for us, man. It just can't be that way. So now a week off. Let's be honest. I mean, as we're recording, there's games happening live. It looks like Manchester City are winning 2-0 with 20 minutes to go. So, not much of a challenge from Palace there. It does look like Sunderland are beating Newcastle 1-0. That's nice. Their first rivalry game.
We take those.
And, West Ham and with Villa are tied. It still feels like Man City is your biggest worry, right?
It absolutely does. It doesn't help with the form that we're in, right? We're not in good form. They're in good form right now. They're playing really, really well. So it's like that's the fan base is in like this precarious position than to also see our team the way we've been playing. I guess my question would be, what's next? How do we get on from this? We got a week off. Great. Hopefully we can rest some folks. Ben White, he's out. Another note to the manager. Why are you playing this dude nonstop? You didn't play him a lick. Beginning of the season. It's like 4 months you didn't play him. Then you're like, shit. Here's another start. I think he got 4 starts back to back. And he's hurt again. Probably not going to see this dude till the end of the season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's tough. So what's next? I don't really know. Again, this is a movie we've seen before, KP. What have we learned? Have we learned anything? I am interested to see.
Yeah. Look, in the league, it's Everton, December 20th. I told you, Sunday, December 21st. Welcome back, Kai Havertz. That's the only thing that can change up something for this team right now. The defense is the defense. Bring back King Kai. It's Everton, then it's Brighton, then it's Villa again, Bournemouth, Liverpool. January 8th. 5 big games, dude. 15 big points right here between December 20th and January 8th. We've seen us lose leagues in the last 2 weeks of December. And we're here now. And we're here now again.
Yep. I don't think there's any... You can't really blame the defense, right? The defensive injuries. We've had this chat last pod. We have the players available, right? We're not leaking goals like crazy. It was 5-5. Now it's 6-6. We're not leaking goals like crazy. But we're not scoring the goals to bail them out, right? There has to be the strategy. To me, it's, hey, let's go out and get a goal early. Press them hard. Let's play hard for the first 20, 25 minutes. And if for some crazy reason, they score against us in that time because we're being ambitious, playing balls forward, you got 70 minutes to recover. And if we get a goal late on, guess what? The likelihood of us getting another one is pretty high. So if I see us kind of just playing conservative for 45 minutes again, just playing the ball around, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be absolutely sick.
Absolutely, because also the teams we're playing now, they're all capable of scoring. We've been, getting scored on 1 goal a game against decent opposition, but also like Everton, you already know they've got some crazy goal in the bag that's going to come out. Brighton are capable of scoring. Villa, they just put 2 past us the other day. Bournemouth, that's a good team. Liverpool, we already know there's going to be goals in that one. So the attack has to step it up. Somebody needs to show up, man. And the thing about it, Steven, right now we're completely limping over the line. And we talked about this, I think, last December. Why is the ball like not shaking the net? Somebody shake the fucking net, dude.
Who got the foot? That's why I was excited for Eze to play. Like, he's a shooter, right? If he gets in those pockets of space, he can shoot. The Tottenham game's a great example of like, there's plenty of people in the box, but he's willing to take it on. I didn't see him shoot the ball yesterday. He didn't get in the position to do that. Odegaard, he can't hit the ball. I don't know what's going on with him. Hits the ball straight at the keeper every time. Saka, when's the last time you seen a soccer curler? Not this season. He hasn't hit one this season. Somebody. Gyökeres is the only guy. I want to see him smash the ball in the goal, but he can't even get the ball. He can't even find the damn thing. Like, come on, somebody, please.
Somebody shake the net, dude. All right, so a week off now. Everton next. Let me see. Are we home or away for that game? Away to their new stadium. So another 3 p.m. game. Don't love that. And they just got a spanking, I'm pretty sure, this weekend. So I'm sure they're going to come out and not want to leak any goals. Yeah, they lost 2-0 to Chelsea. maybe an unjust result based on how the first half was going. But Everton's a pretty good team this season, and they've got David Moyes. Him and Mikel have some history there. So I'm expecting a pretty tight game, to be honest with you. The thing about this Wolves game is I was seeing all the stats before the game that were like, oh, Wolves haven't won a game in 15, worst start, all of these crazy records that you just know always get broken against Arsenal. But I didn't have that feeling pre-game, pre-kickoff. During the game, I felt horrible. And this Everton game now I'm a little worried about this Everton game.
They're solid. They're sitting at 8th place. They got 24 points. David Moyes has given us trouble in the past. I think he can set up a team against us. I feel like in the past we've had trap games. Like, I don't even think you can consider this a trap game because we know Everton can pull it off against us. I was at an Everton game last year. We played at home. It was a 0-0 game. We came out with nothing. The stadium was not happy. The fan base was not pleased with the performance. Almost reminds me of the Wolves game. Like, it was, even though we got the 3 points yesterday, I don't think anybody was pleased. Everton is that kind of team, right? Tough nose, they can defend. I'm not excited to watch it. Again, fast start. All I can ask is for a fast start. I want to see transition balls being played. You look at your counterparts, other teams that are of your caliber. How do they beat low blocks, How do they do it? Do they have that one prolific striker that can just find the ball on his head all the time? I don't know. I see a lot of prolific strikers running through on goal, scoring. Why don't we have people running through on goal? Because we like to just pass it in front of them and hope for a set piece. Set pieces aren't falling. So if the set pieces aren't falling, let's find a new strategy. I'm really, really hoping we see something, KP, because we are not in a good place, and I don't want to see the train basically coming off the tracks here in December again. It would be very, very sad to see.
It would be. And I want to see a message be sent to everyone with the starting line. Honestly, I think the goalkeeper, we know. The back line, for me, Timber is a right back now until the end of the season, it looks like, right?
Sad.
And you've got Calafiori coming back. That's interesting. Who will be left center back? Calafiori, Hincapié. Who will be left back? Maslow, Skelly, any of the other two? Saliba's there. Saliba did bring a lot of control, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
That was very evident against Wolves. That was a little bit of different class watching it. But this is where I want to see the manager's finesse. I don't think you go to Everton and play Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi. Your team is back. Martin Odegaard's back. Eze's back. Get both of them on the field. Figure it out. How does City play? They have 1-6, right? They've got Foden, Silva, Cherky, Reinders. They've got creative players around their 1-6. And for Everton, I want to see just 1-6. I think that's really important, man.
I mean, this is, again, going back to the DGP playbook, stuff we've been saying. This is just absolutely stuff we've been saying. Our backline is so good. Why don't we just allow these players to do their thing? Even with Big Gabby out, our backline is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We can take it to them. So let's see what the setup is. I'm hoping we start fast. I think you brought up a good point that I'd like to touch on quickly. Timber's going to have to play right back until the end of the season. You're one to watch. We got to talk about him real quick because we're never going to talk about him until the end of the season when we possibly see him again. Hamstring injury, that is just terrible. I feel really bad for him. Who else do we have to play right back? Do we have anybody? I honestly am coming up with a blank right now. I feel really bad for Ben White. I kind of think he was mismanaged, to be honest with you. One to watch, Ben White. I'd love to hear it.
I'm so sad about the narrative around the one to watch this season for Ben White. He can't shake it. He can't shake the narrative, man. I thought he was looking really good these last 4 games. He looked like the overlaps were just firing. Defensively, he was getting interceptions. I thought, I was so excited, man. And I was so sad. The way he pulled up was just so sad. When you watched it on replay, you look like, oh, something totally just went, didn't it? So I'm super disappointed. I don't know when we'll see him again. Hopefully, it'll be in the run in. We had talked about December, January, and the run in. So kind of still playing out that way. But who else plays right back? I mean, we had Mascara putting in shifts there, but he's injured. So I'm really not sure. We've seen Calafiori play right back at times. You know, going back to last season, we've seen the TP5 cameos at right back. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Norgard or a Declan Rice playing right back. That would be kind of my shout right now.
Oof. I mean, I'm just not. Obviously, I don't think anybody's happy with it. I do think that situation was mismanaged quite a bit. You also got to think about Timber. So Ben White's a player that's been struggling to get fitness, struggling. We run him into the ground. Timber is a player we know also has an issue, right? He gets run into the ground. He's been playing a lot of games. He's been playing a lot. Ben White couldn't find the field. Finally, Timber, I think, he had a few issues in the past couple of weeks. He's back. Now his counterpart is done. I don't think he can play the rest. I foresee an injury. I think everybody can foresee that happening if we're not able to find someone to take minutes off of him. Mosquera was the guy. He's not available. So I don't know. I think Declan Rice is probably a decent shout, which I would hate to see him come out of the midfield because he's one of our best players. But who will it be? Big question mark.
Something will have to change. If you don't have another right back and you have to give him rest, then it's like, come on, Miguel, play 3 center backs. Play 3 in the back. You're going to have to. You know, that's a perfect game for Martinelli to start. But something has to change a little bit with making sure that Timber gets rest, because I absolutely agree with you. I mean, after the Wolves game, there was a little bit of disappointment in his reaction, but there was also a little bit of just fatigue, right, in the way he was looking. Because also at center back, he's kind of everywhere when he plays center back. He freaking loves defending Gyökeres, man. Like early in that Wolves game, there was another header that he took right off of him. And I was wondering, like, Timber, please just defend. Like, be a defender. What are you doing in the attacking box? Is it because you're exhausted from your attack not showing up?
Yeah, he's not been great offensively. I think that's why it was nice to see Ben White. I think he was playing pretty well with Saka getting in some crosses. The crosses from the right backs aren't good. I'm just going to go ahead and say that on the pod with my chest. The crosses are not great. I don't know what's going on. But Timber offensively, he had a good start to the season. All the chat about him being the best right back in the league. That was not just defense, but that was offensively as well. That seems to have really fallen off. Part of the problem, I think, is fitness. He's not able to get up and down as much as he was previously. And when you can't, then you struggle for it. Hey, those balls aren't coming in like they used to.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I guess my one note to the manager for the Everton game is don't start Martinelli at left wing. I want to see a different left winger. And I want to see Madueke play, to be honest with you.
Oof, can I say if Martinelli starts versus Everton, we're throwing the league?
Oh, man. I hope he doesn't start. If he starts, and I just know what I'm going to be watching for 45 minutes, 90 minutes, and it's not going to be great. And, you know, they've got Mikalenko, who loves a game against Saka. So we need something from the left side.
If Trossard's healthy, I'm hoping he's healthy. I'm going Trossard on the left wing. He's the guy.
Yeah, I hear you. So play 1-6, play Odegaard and Eze as your creative midfielders, and then give us a different left winger. And let's see, you know, all this talk about Gyökeres, I guess the one thing you can give him is that, has he always had the best Arsenal team behind him? I don't know. It seems like he's played a lot of games with Martinelli. He's played a lot of games without Martin Odegaard, actually. So, I don't know.
There's a lot of different things we could do. I like your shout for Eze Odegaard in the midfield, because guess what? If you put Mikel Merino up top, he can also slot into the midfield, right? Play the false 9 role. If you play Miles Lewis-Skelly at left back, he can also come into the midfield. So if you're like, oh, well, we're going to leave ourselves short in the midfield because we don't have... I don't think that's true, because we have other players that fit into the midfield around them. So you can't tell me, oh, we're going to be short there. We don't have a big guy, Declan Rice, playing 8 to get up and down. I don't think that's the case. I'm tired of the risk-averse ball. Let's go for it. Get the early goal, and guess what? Go ahead and put Declan Rice back into the midfield. I don't care. That's fine. But let's get our goal first. Let's not start the game like that and being scared. Nah.
Don't be scared, dude. Don't be scared. Anything else you want to get on the pod, dude?
Ultimately, 3 points, top of the league. Love it. But yeah, dark days, man. These are dark days. Even though we're getting 3 points, dark days.
They're not that dark. I mean, it's getting dark earlier, for sure.
Yeah.
It's getting dark earlier. But right now, I'd say there's a lot of cloudy days, dude. A lot of cloudy days. That could be accompanied with snow. Maybe some rain.
Oof. Is that the silver lining? There's always light after the darkness. It's been cloudy.
Man. That's it, dude. That's it. Okay. The sun will shine on us again. Okay. Believe that. Believe that. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the holidays. We will see you after the Everton game.
Be easy.